Hello wolves and welcome to a new video, and in this video we will be talking about some of the greatest hacks by which you can optimize your soft Premiere Pro and render faster than anyone, because I know that many of our good creators don't have that much powerful CPUs and they deserve some of little help. So your wolf of world is here. So let's start the video. First, we need to enable GPU acceleration. As we all know, Premiere can real-time preview video in 3 different ways: CPU software only, OpenCL, AMD graphics card, and CUDA, NVIDIA graphics card. By default, software is only selected because not all systems have graphics card. If your system doesn't have a dedicated GPU, you won't be able to select the GPU acceleration options because you will be forced to stick with the super bar software only setting. So if you have a graphics card, you should go for the GPU acceleration always. And second point is also very effective. As we know, SSDs are always faster than the regular old school hard drives. So if you have SSD, you should move your C drive and Premiere Pro softwares and all other Adobe softwares to a C drive. And if you have a larger SSD, you can put all your project files and media files on that SSD. That will obviously increase your performance and render times by a large margin. By default, your media cache files are stored on your OS drive. This works fine and all, but it's not optimal for performance because you want your OS drive to be focused on delivering its best read and write performance on your operating system and your Adobe applications. Instead of allocating these precious resources to your OS drive, move your cache to separate drive. So the third point is decrease the preview resolution if necessary. As we know that most of the time we always work on 4K and 1080p footages. Premiere does its best to real-time preview your timeline so that you don't have to transcode your videos or wait to render previews. However, even with a fast computer and a GPU, sometimes what you have going in your timeline is still too much to handle, and you will notice suffering video and a laggy performance. If this happens, try reducing your preview resolution located on your program monitor window. During this is typically necessary for raw footage. So you should always try to do the work with low resolutions. If you will choose the 1/4 resolutions, your 1080p footage will work on 480p or 720p, something like this. So it will be easier for your computer to process the imaging and it will be faster enough, so you can edit faster. Fourth point is the disabling clips when not in use. Premiere previews the top video track layer of your timeline. It stands to reason that if you have multiple clips on video tracks below the top layer, then performance should not be affected, since only the top tracking is previewing, right? Wrong. Even clips underneath the top layer video tracks use up system resources and slow down the precious performance. Instead of being destructive and deleting these clips, you can just simply uncheck the enable the view button on the left panel, which is indicated by the I button. You can just click on that and it will not be reviewed. You can also close some of the panels which you are currently using, as these effects panel or audio or geometry panels also consume some of your system resources. This was a short bonus tip. Now this is the bonus tip. Use an adjustment layer for color correcting and putting down some of the effects. To create an adjustment layer, your project window must be selected and it should be highlighted by a teeny blue box. Then select File /New/Adjustment Layer. Premiere will then create an adjustment layer in your project, and then you can insert it into your timeline. An adjustment layer affects all the layers that are below it, so keep this in mind when you are editing, because you may not want your graphics to be affected by the color corrections of your adjustment layer. If this is the case, simply put your graphics above your adjustment layer. Adjustment layers are always great because they are easy way to on off your color grade at a universal level, and you can read them also if you don't like your color gradings, or certainly some wrong things happen during the projects. Instead of going into the effect controls of each clip independently, this is a performance benefit to the timeline for the edits. because if you are editing in this way, then you want to see it playback as smoothly as possible. So simply eyeball off your adjustment layer and watch your timeline playback like butter. Because if you will paste it color grading options on the main footage and you also paste the effects on the main footage, it will be very chunky. You will not be able to preview anything. And as this all ends, guys, just warm up. Next time Premiere is being so laggy, then you want to hurl your computer at the wall. Try implementing these performance enhancing tips to see if it will smooth things out for you. Let me know in the comments below if you have come across other performance enhancing tips, because I am all about eking out top efficiency. Wolves, I will be back in another video. This was one of my favorite videos because I know that everybody don't have a powerful and super high quality computers. We all are point of time we all are beginners. So we should begin with we should not limit ourselves to our hardware limitations. We should unleash our creativity. That's why I help you guys. Just support me and subscribe to the channel and leave a like if you like this video. I will be back with another video, and in the next video we will be talking about some of the in-depth software enhancement of the Premiere Pro.